It's pretty amazing how far director Christopher Nolan's career has gone over the past 2 decades, having directed such mind-blowing hits like Memento, The Prestige, Inception, and of course, the Dark Knight trilogy. And in an age where shooting on celluloid film and using on-set practical effects has now started to become a dying art form, Nolan is one of the few filmmakers out there trying to preserve this style of filmmaking to the point of shooting large portions of his movies with IMAX technology in order to give his audience a truly magnificent cinematic experience, much like his latest effort, Interstellar. The film stars Oscar winner and Lincoln motor enthusiast Matthew McConaughey as a retired test pilot named Cooper trying to make a living with his 2 children in the not-too-distant future, where the last remaining food source on Earth is corn, which we learn later on will soon be completely eradicated by blight and dust storms and could potentially lead to the very end of the human race. But through unexplainable chance, Cooper is given the opportunity to save his family and all of mankind by piloting a secretly funded spacecraft to another galaxy in the hopes of finding a more suitable home for humanity to reside on. Once in space, we see Cooper and his select team of scientists and monolith-shaped robots explore strange new worlds, dangerous encounters, and possibly their biggest threat to the entire mission, time itself. The end result is not only one of Nolan's best works to date, but also one of the most epic, enthralling, and emotionally charged cinematic achievements that puts even Gravity to complete shame. And unlike last year's Oscar-winning space thriller, which managed to scare the living piss out of most audiences from ever wanting to become an astronaut, Interstellar is a great reminder of how amazing scientific discovery in the outer reaches of the cosmos can be that harkens back to other cinematically innovative works such as The Right Stuff and 2001: A Space Odyssey. Speaking of scientific discovery, Nolan worked very meticulously with renowned astrophysicist Kip Thorne to help properly visualize the mechanics of a black hole and what it would look like up close. In fact, most of the science you see depicted in the film you would have swore they made up on the spot, but nope. Most of what you see on screen is as close to scientific accuracy as any mainstream sci-fi motion picture could get. Well, at least for the first 2/3 of the film, but more on that later. The casting could not have been better picked for this movie, which also includes former Dark Knight veterans Anne Hathaway and Michael Caine, as well as Jessica Chastain, Mackenzie Foy, John Lithgow, and a surprise appearance by a certain talented individual that I most certainly will not reveal here. All of these actors each gave terrific performances, but it's ultimately McConaughey's movie to carry as he proves once again how mesmerizing a serious actor he has become just for the sheer, raw emotion he puts into this role alone.
To that I say, all right, all right, all right.
If there were anything at all about the film that might raise an eyebrow or two, aside from its bladder-destroying 3-hour runtime, it'd probably be for a few scientific and philosophical exchanges that might go way over the heads of some viewers, and finally for its head-scratchingly weird yet bittersweet third act that'll most likely divide most audience members. Whether or not you're willing to buy what happens in that finale is entirely left up for you to decide. As for me, I was absolutely captivated throughout the entirety of this film. Featuring some breathtaking photography by Let the Right One In cinematographer Hoyt van Hoytma, and yet another bombastically immersive score by Hans Zimmer, Interstellar is one of the few Hollywood-funded blockbusters out there to emphasize more on the human condition as opposed to overblown special effects, which, by the way, are best experienced on the largest theater screen you could possibly find, especially in 70mm IMAX. It's by far Christopher Nolan's most ambitious as well as his most personal work to date, and one that I am more than pleased to award my highest honor of a 10 out of 10. So with that said, our show is now concluded. I'm the host, and I will see you next time on another Midnight Movie Madness.